Yo, so I'm gonna be reacting to this new video, movie, thriller.
Today I'm going to be reacting to Flesh by Silverline.
I'm gonna be reacting to Silverline. Flesh, right?
Hi, I'll be reacting to Flesh by Silverline.
Hi everyone, so today I'll be doing a reaction to Silverline's new thriller, Opening.
Give it a try. Yo, that's sick, dude. I like that. I like the music. It's kind of scary. Ooh. Okay. Hey, yo, close up. Them fingers doing crazy. Ooh, is that Katie? She looking sad, bro. Overworked. Ooh, someone is moving. Their feet is moving. Scary, scary. Ooh, I like the lighting in this part. Yes, yes. Oh, I like the lighting here. That's very scary. Ooh, noise.
Back tonight. I need to finish the report before tomorrow.
Yeah, I can stay.
She looks so scared.
Why does she look so sad after that? Something must have happened. Why is she crying? What happened? Oh, but I love this shot though. That's such a good shot. Damn, I like that title.
Oh wait, this is scary. He looks so scary.
Oh my god, that's so scary. Oh, wait, was it real? Oh my god.
Today I'm gonna be interviewing Jero, Juli, Narasha, Get, Jen on the film Flesh. What part of the opening made you intrigued to keep watching?
I was intrigued by the main character, the woman, as to why she seemed so sad and why was she working so late. Also, the environment that seemed quite scary. You know, it looked like the type of film that I'd like to watch. You know what I mean? Because I like horror movies, and that is why I wanted to keep on watching it. Yeah.
I would say like the questions that made me wonder. For example, like why she was working so late, or who was that man? Like, why was he so scary? I would say also how it also made you wonder what would happen next, like foreshadowing to that something bad is gonna happen. That can also be shown with the environment, the atmosphere that is like shown, like scary, frightening for her.
Personally, for me, I think there were lots of enigma codes shown in the opening. For example, why is the girl late at night alone? And there's also this like shot where like it focuses on like footsteps on a man's foot, and like it gives enigma to like who is this. And there's also a scene where like his hand comes and touches her shoulder, and you can see like how uncomfortable he is, so we're questioning like what's their relationship and everything. I think there are lots of enigma codes like shown, and this is, I think, what makes it more interesting and keeps me hooked to know what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
I think like there was many enigma codes, such as like I was wondering why she was still in the office so late. Like, why is she still there? What could she be doing? And also the footsteps, like the close-ups of someone's shoes. I was like, who is that? Why is it like, it's like it's like danger is like impending. So it's like, is he gonna do something bad to her or something?
So enigma codes and action codes.
Yeah.
I think the part that made me intrigued was when the boss came in and was like kind of like touching her a bit, because it made me feel really like confused, like why is he like doing that? Because then I was like, oh, do they have a close relationship? But no, he's just her boss, right? But it's not really appropriate to be doing that. So I think that part made me like really intrigued. I was like kind of confused, and I was like wondering what was going to happen next.
What issues do you think is being presented in the film?
Due to how we're being shown like this work environment, there's definitely like a misuse of power in hierarchy, you know? I mean, also the woman seemed a little bit afraid of being late at night and in the dark, as if she was being followed or being like seen, you know, harassed maybe. So maybe some issues could involve sexual assault or stalking and those sort of issues, you know?
Okay.
I would say maybe sexual assault, as you can see during the metro. She seemed frightened or scared, like she was really like close enough to her, maybe feeling uncomfortable with her skin, as like maybe something happened, especially with that scary boss, because of how like powerful he looked, how strong he was towards her. I feel like that could really show.
I think some issues that are being presented is sexual assault, if I'm not wrong. And I think you can see that by her body language, as for example, when he touches her, you can see how uncomfortable she's feeling. And it gives us wondering like lots of things. And like there's also, I think, issues about, there's like rich versus poor binary opposition like involved, as like, because you can see that she's sexually assaulted, you're wondering why is she coming back to work the next day. Yeah, it's like something interesting. Yeah.
I think that maybe sexual assault could be a problem that you guys are trying to convey, like spread awareness for, because I feel like the creepy man, like he looks like he wants to like hurt her or like do something like malicious to her.
I think some issues might be like sexual harassment, because I think although it wasn't explicit, like we didn't like explicitly see that he was like abusing her, but it's like we can kind of tell by her emotions and like the close-up shot of her face being like really sad, like we could see her eyes. So, and ever since that incident when she went home, she was like really upset. So I think it portrays kind of like how sexual harassment happens in like offices, and like it's just like really scary. Yeah, I think it shows the dangers of it. Yeah.
Why might an audience want to watch the film?
I think some people might relate to the main character, you know? So their personal identity, some of the experiences these people have lived through are being portrayed in the film. That's one reason. I think the horror aspect of it is interesting, and it's a reason that someone like me or not a general audience that likes those sort of films would be, you know, interested in watching.
Escapism?
Yes, exactly, like escapism.
I think why they might want to watch is maybe like the viewers may relate to the issue and want to see how others handle it, or also learn new experiences for survivors and etc.
I think some audiences might relate to the social issues. For example, like the sexual assault and stuff. Some viewers might like relate to it, and like they might like look at how like the characters are like feeling at that moment and reflect on their own experiences. And there also might be like, since this issue is like really well known, not well known, but like it's a real life issue. I think like it's good to have like this as like a learning education moment where people can like research and know about it. Like it brings awareness to the issue.
So, like surveillance and personal identity in terms of uses of gratification theory.
I feel like people with like maybe their own personal experiences with like the like sexual assault or something, they might resonate with like the protagonist in your film, maybe because like maybe they want to feel like they're not alone, so like relates to their like personal identity. And then maybe also like some people might want to watch the movie for like escapism. Yeah.
I think me as the audience and audiences in general would like to watch this film because it's quite like horror kind of. Like I feel that like that sense of like ominous at the end where like there was this like push in shot of like the boss, but his face was like really weird. I was like really confused. I was like, what happened to him? Like, is that what she's seeing, or is that like actually what happened to him? So I think that enigma code for the ending like keeps audiences like really wondering like, who is that guy? Like why did he become like that? So yeah.
And lastly, where do you think that this film will be presented? Where do you see this film being presented?
Okay, given that it's a film that has very little dialogue, I think it doesn't have the look of like a blockbuster, and due to the themes that are being portrayed, it's not the sort of themes that are shown in big cinemas. So I'd expect this film to be shown with other independent films in film festivals, or I guess streaming platforms in the end, now that we live in like the world of streaming platforms. But I don't see it being in like theaters. Yeah.
I think it could be a very like good movie in Netflix.
I can see this in like a film festival or something, and like especially I think there's this movie company A24. I think it'll be really nice in there because it's A24 is like known for producing like psychological films and stuff. I think it'll be a nice fit for the company.
I think it would be a good film to be put in like film festivals, and then like maybe also if there's a level of success, you could screen them onto like movie theaters. Yeah.
I would say like in theaters, because like it's like I like how it's kind of like has that horror / thriller aspect to it, and I think like audiences would be really like engaged if this was in the cinema. Like I think a lot of people would like to watch this film. Yeah.
Okay.